Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Knowledge Before Knacks. My name is Alicia, and if you haven't already, consider liking the video, leaving a positive or helpful, constructive comment, and subscribe and share to anybody who would benefit. Now, before I shot this video, I shot another one, and for some odd reason, it cut out on me. So, what I was talking about before my video cut out, I was talking about being stable and being committed to tarot, because before I can give you like all the tips and tricks on how to better read your tarot or what a tarot deck is, where it came from, and what it is, it's all about commitment. It's all about being stable in oneself and being just authentic to oneself. Like, I've been harping on that the past two videos, but it's so true. If you are really serious about this thing, like, and practicing tarot and like indoctrinating that into your everyday life, like, I believe personally, tarot is not a gimmick type thing. You're in tarot for a reason. It's to get an answer or to better know yourself. Like, there's a whole lot of reasons people go into tarot, but I don't believe tarot should be used or should be sought out for personal gains. As far as like, I'm only in to like if somebody were to come to me and be like, I want you to read like my cards to see if I'm gonna win the lottery or something or not. I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, like let me just get the vibes and like, like, for lack of a better term, pussyfoot around and like give you what you need for the sake of getting money for myself. Like, no, I would ask you, what is your drive? What is your motive? Like, what are you really trying to do here? Are you trying to win the lottery because you're desperate for money? Are you trying to win the lottery to flex on your friends and family? What are you going to do with that money? Are you going to help others, help, yourself in a positive way, or is it going to be used for selfish gain? And I know a lot of people are like, that's interpersonal questions. Like, you don't have to get like that. I believe you do. I know you're not supposed to govern people's morality when it comes to tarot, because people come to you for, like I said, different reasons. And some people are selfish. There's some selfish people out there who only seek out people's gifts to exploit them. And I think a lot of tarot readers deal with that. And if there are tarot readers watching my videos, comment if you've ever dealt with that before. But I find it so sad that, as I know I've only been practicing for 3 years, but I mean, just seeing all the other people that I look up to, or even getting into a lot of people getting into tarot and spirituality now, it's all about what's trending. It's all about what's new. It's all about how much money you can gain and things like that. And I know that's happened with a lot of things, but to tarot for me, and I can probably, I can't speak for other people, but I know for me personally, it's not just a thing you play with. You have to be committed. You have to be willing to sacrifice for this thing. It's not just something to play with, I think, is what I'm trying to get across here. It's like, you have to be able, I'm sorry, I got distracted, but you just you have to be willing to do the work to do tarot, to be in tarot, to be in this spiritual lifestyle. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like, I guess this is a call to action for people who actually want to do this stuff, because it's not something, it's not a party trick. That's how it began. It's not a party trick. It's not something you go and entertain people with and be like, ooh, this is great. Like, oh my God, like you have these weird, creepy powers. No, it's not a magic trick. This stuff is really real. And like, You can't just go in. And I think that was my mistake, was trying to make it lighthearted, so it didn't like put people in an awkward position, because I noticed with my tarot work, it's not something that's it's gonna make you feel good, but not in the way where it glorifies self, where it's like, oh, you're just this wonderful person and there's nothing wrong about you, your shit doesn't stink, like, oh my god, you're just destined for all these great things, and there's nothing wrong with you. No, I get down to the nitty gritty of things. It's kind of like its own spiritual therapy in a way, but it's like, no, this is what's going on, this is what I see, this is what you're currently doing now, this is what your future is, but you have to do the work. I don't give people this falsified hope that everything's just gonna fall into their lap just because I'm laying cards out before you. You have to put in work. You have to be consistent in that work. You have to lay aside like your pride and stuff, and you have to ask for help. You have to get rid of things that no longer serve you. It's a work of sacrifice on the practitioner's part and for the query or the client's part. It's not just a one-sided transaction. You give me all the information and I'm just supposed to be like, okay, like I'm not a magician that sort of works things out for you in order to better you and yourself without doing any work, because it's not going to work. I can tell you right now, that's not going to work. I don't know. I was expecting this to be like, this is what tarot is and blah, blah, blah. But no, I just feel like I got to come on here and tell you guys, like, tarot's not a game. And if you're not, and I guess this is a warning, I guess, and kind of like a disclaimer. So if you click on any more of these videos after the fact, like, you can't say I didn't warn you. But if you are going to be on this page specifically, I should say, if you're going to be on this page, I would appreciate if you take this stuff seriously. I'm not going to say that I can pick up energies and things like that, like from every single individual who is going to be on my page here in the near future. But just because, I know that's not going to stop anybody, but just because I don't like that type of energy and it's just a waste of time and it's not fair to the other people who actually want to get things for themselves, if you would just stay off of my page, because I'm pretty sure there's other tarot readers out there that will give you what you want to hear for the sake of $1. That will stroke your ego, all sorts of things. And it's not just a male thing, it's a women's thing too. I guess what I'm trying to say here is my gifts are not going to be used for your benefit in a negative way. I'm here to help people, I'm here to inform people, and I'm here to change lives for the better. So if you're looking to get rich quick or make somebody fall in love with you, if you're here to kind of like just get by in the material world and you just want a good ace in your pocket to help you do that, I'm not the person for you. I'm not the tarot reader for you. I am not the spiritual guide, I would say, for you. I'm not that type of person for you. So if that is what you're looking for, you might as well like unsubscribe, unlike videos. Don't leave any hate comments because you will get swiftly reported and possibly deleted. And no shade. I'm just telling you what's gonna go down. I'm no shade at all whatsoever. Hopefully YouTube doesn't like put this down as hate speech, because I'm not hating on anybody. I'm just letting you know so you're not shocked later if anything happens. Like if you're like, oh man, like this stuff isn't working for me, or you're not really resonating, and I'm like, I'm telling you right now, I am not here to stroke your ego. I'm not here to hand out free information if you're not willing to do the work. it requires a lot of self-reflection. It requires a lot of practical steps to take in order to do things, and I'll get into detail of all of that eventually, but I guess I'm just coming on here basically as a disclaimer. Like, I'm not here to mess around. This is not something I do just for fun. It's a lifestyle. It's not just something I picked up one day and thought it was trendy. No. I am sharing this information and I want to inform people because I have done the work. I have walked through this journey for the past 3.5 years. And I would say my entire life, I just didn't know it. But here, these past 3 years, especially, yeah, a lot of work has to be done. And it's not for the faint of heart. It really isn't. So like I said before, like, if this is not for you, hard work is not for you. Kudos to you. I'm just not the person for you. Um, I guess I also wanted to say that I will be getting on lessons really soon. It's just, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Because I'm not trying to necessarily please the algorithm to go on trend just to be trendy. I want to structure this content to where it helps people at the right time. It's giving words of wisdom and insight at the right time. It's not just something you can click on in a perfectly manicured playlist, because that's how, like, I think it should be. Like, it should be like, oh, you have your weird awkward stages, then this and then that. No, it's whatever needs to come out needs to come out at the time. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say really, is that warning, if you are going to be doing this, prepare to do a lot of work. If that is not for you, please don't waste your time here and making it miserable for everybody else. Just leave and don't come back to my page. And if you are willing to stay, I'm willing to help. Or if I cannot help, I can send you to somebody who does. Just don't be discouraged. Like, if this is for you, it will resonate and it'll all make sense. Just don't be afraid to take the plunge, because once you do, your life will never be the same. And I know a lot of people kind of use that as it's kind of misused. It's like, oh, your life will never be the same. And then we get into this idea of everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows after that. It's not. If any of you guys are breathing right now, you guys know that life doesn't work like that. It's not all sunshines and rainbows. There's going to be peaks and valleys. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be good times as well. There's going to be all different types of things. Like, I don't know if it was a Bible verse or if it was like some old, like, saying from a book or something, but there's a time to be born, there's a time to, like, die, there's a time for weeping, there's a time for gladness, there's a time of, like, all these different things, like seasons. There's a time and a place for everything. And you will experience those things, but if you want everything to be plateau and kind of just flatline, I'm not the person for you. I will challenge you to be the best person that you can be. Of course, not being enforcing, of course. I also want to let you know that tarot and spirituality is what you make of it. So it can be very positive for you if you allow it to be positive for you. It could be negative if you want it to be negative for you. It can be completely surface if you want it to be. But, like, if you really want to understand tarot and you really want to get the enriching tools and the enriching ability to see the world in a very open and honest and awesome lens, in my opinion, I would suggest that you, I keep saying take it seriously, but you should, just like with any other art. Like, with people who are, like, great doctors and love their job, or, like, are great artists that love their job, it's not because they play the piano for fun, or they take singing lessons for fun, or they go to school for fun. Like, They do it because they're passionate about the job. And then if you do these jobs just for the paycheck or for the benefits, you can't fault the job for you being miserable. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, being a person of, like, being a person who people pleased a lot, and being a person who put, like, when I put myself in situations that I thought was going to make me happy because it made everybody else happy, firsthand it didn't work. And your life will only get better if you do the work to make it better, basically. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I know that was very repetitive, but I really just want to enforce, like, go for, like, go for this if you want to, like, but just know, like, it's not going to be handed to you. This gift of knowledge that I'm trying to bestow upon you, it's not going to come without sacrifice. It's not going to come without work. And I'm just hoping and praying that these videos will find the right people. And that, yeah, basically, that things will, turn out for the better. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep rambling on and saying the same things if I don't stop. But yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this video today. I'm going to see about what I will post tomorrow. If it's not a tarot video, it'll be something of merit, I'm sure. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Again, if you like this video, give it a like. Consider commenting and subscribing, and share it to people who you think may benefit. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.